Hello, friends. So today we talk about the patterns in country charts. Okay, so first let's us have a review about the country chart. So a country chart is a graphical representation of a process over time. It helps us identify assignable cost variation in a process. To use to use country charts, we collect rational subrules which limit variability to the common cost variation in the process. There are many contact charts available for process monitoring. In later lecture, we'll learn about how to choose the right contact chart for our data and for the quality characteristic of interest. Okay, but first, let's learn about the patterns in contact chart. Inherent variation exists in all processes. So how can we tell if observed variation is natural or caused by something unusual in the process? Besides looking for points outside of the control limit, we can look for patterns in control charts to decide if a process is out of control. For example, at a company, manufacturers in the real manufacturing process can contribute to the assignable cost variation. For instance, an assembly line operator checks the tap temperature before casting the molten metal into the wheel mold. An improperly calibrated thermometer could give a low reading. This could result in a problem with the wheel rim diameter and an out of control point on the control chart. Remember that assignable cost variation is caused by something unusual in the process. A process that exhibits assignable cost variation is said to be out of control. In some cases, the control chart may reveal a pattern in the data. The mean could be decreasing or suddenly changing. The variation can increase or decrease over time, even if the mean remains constant. Okay, so let's look at this control chart. We can spot the assignable cost variation in this chart. The process is is dripping downward over time. So what aspect of the wheel manufacturing process is illustrated in this control chart? So is variation in wheel rim diameter decreasing over time, or the wheel rim diameters are decreasing over time? Okay, so in this process, the wheel rim diameters are decreasing over time, which illustrated by the downward trend in the points. How about this chart? So this chart also has assignable cost variation. At first, the points hug the center line, then they spread out. So what aspect of the wheel rim diameter, wheel rim manufacturing process is illustrated in this contour chart? Is the mean wheel rim diameter increasing over time, or the variation in wheel rim diameter is increasing over time? So you see here the points become more spread out over time, indicating an increasing in wheel rim diameter variation. How about this one? We can see a clear pattern in this chart. So what aspect of the wheel manufacturing process is illustrated in this contour chart? So is the variation in wheel rim diameters changing over time, or the mean wheel rim diameter is changing over time? So we can see here the shift in wheel rim diameter may be due to two different populations of wheels, each made with a different raw material. Okay, and how about this one? So what aspect of the wheel manufacturing process is illustrated? The mean wheel rim diameter is decreasing over time, or the variation in wheel rim diameter is decreasing over time. You can see the points become less spread out over time, indicating a decreasing in wheel rim diameter variation. Okay, so what do we do when we see a pattern in and suspect that something unusual is present in the process? Okay, so to illustrate unwanted variation in a process, we need to investigate the out of control points and try to eliminate the source of variation. Let's review. We can look for patterns in control charts to spot a process that is out of control. Patterns to look for points outside of the control limit, points that drift upwards or downwards over time, or an increase or decrease in variation over time. Thank you for the listening. In the next lesson, we talk about the control charts for the variables data in subgroups